Welcome back to The Exchange. I'm your host, D. Anthony. And today we're diving into something that's, well, frankly, it's changing everything about how we work. I've got Stephanie Rook here with me. And Stephanie, you've been deep in the trenches of AI workforce integration. So let's start with the big picture here. What exactly is happening with AI in the workplace right now?
Thanks for having me, Dee. It's fascinating because we're really in the middle of this massive workforce revolution. And the thing is, it's not just about adopting AI tools anymore. It's about strategically redesigning how humans and AI actually work together. The landscape is clear. AI is reshaping how organizations operate. But the critical challenge isn't just the tech adoption, it's the collaboration piece.
Right. And I imagine there are some pretty significant challenges that organizations are running into. What are you seeing out there?
Oh, absolutely. So, multiple industry studies are showing high failure rates for AI implementation projects. And when you dig into why, there's some really common patterns. Organizations are struggling with effective change management and strategic AI integration. But here's the big one: they're treating AI as a replacement rather than an amplifier of human capabilities.
That's a huge distinction. So instead of replacement, we're talking about amplification. Can you break that down a bit more?
Exactly. And there are other challenges too: insufficient data quality, poor integration with existing workflows, inadequate training, and change management strategies. But the amplification piece is key. Successful AI workforce integration requires what I call a holistic approach that goes beyond just technological deployment. It demands identifying where AI enhances human capabilities, not replaces them.
So what does that look like in practice? I mean, are there specific principles that organizations should be following?
Yes, there are five key principles that I've seen work really well. First is human AI collaboration design, that's identifying where AI enhances human capabilities. Second is strategic validation, ensuring AI initiatives align with organizational objectives. Third is risk based implementation, proactively identifying potential workforce disruption. Fourth is a compliance first approach to meet industry and regulatory standards. And fifth is establishing measurable outcomes with clear performance indicators.
Now, you mentioned compliance, and that's probably particularly important for federal agencies, right? What are you seeing in terms of real-world application?
Absolutely. Federal agencies are doing some really interesting things. We're seeing automated compliance monitoring with human oversight, AI assisted decision support for complex policy analysis, and enhanced citizen services through intelligent routing. But the key thing is, it's all with human oversight. It's that collaboration model.
And what about on the enterprise side? Are you seeing similar patterns there?
Yeah, enterprise organizations are focusing on intelligent workflow automation, AI driven insights for strategic planning, and enhanced service delivery through AI human collaboration. But here's what's really important: there's a structured approach to implementing this stuff. You can't just, throw AI at everything and hope it works.
So walk me through that. What does a structured approach actually look like?
There's a three-phase framework that works really well. Phase one is strategic assessment. That's 4 to 6 weeks of workforce readiness evaluation, AI use case identification, risk assessment, and compliance requirement mapping. Phase two is pilot implementation. 8 to 12 weeks of controlled AI deployment, human AI workflow design and testing, performance measurement, and change management training.
And then phase 3 is the full rollout.
Exactly. Phase three is scaled deployment: 3 to 6 months of organization wide rollout, continuous monitoring and improvement, advanced AI capabilities integration, and long term strategic planning. But here's the thing, you have to measure success throughout this whole process.
Right, and how do you measure success with something like this? I imagine it's not just about productivity metric.
You're absolutely right. There are really three categories. You have your productivity metrics, task completion time reduction, error rate improvement, decision making efficiency. But then you have human impact indicators: employee satisfaction, skill development opportunities, work process enhancement, job role evolution. And finally, business outcomes, ROI, competitive advantage, innovation acceleration.
Now, you mentioned compliance earlier, and that's obviously huge, especially in the current regulatory environment. What should organizations be thinking about that?
Yeah, compliance is critical. Organizations need to be thinking about NIST AI risk management framework compliance, federal AI implementation guidelines, security and privacy protection, data governance standards, and ethical AI implementation considerations. It's really a compliance first approach that protects both the organization and the people.
So, if someone's listening to this and they're thinking, okay, this sounds like something we need to tackle, where do they even start? What would be your number one piece of advice?
Start with that strategic assessment. Don't jump into implementation. Whether you're a federal agency, a system integrator, or an enterprise, strategic AI workforce integration requires careful planning, expert validation, and a human-centered approach. You need to understand your workforce readiness before you do anything else.
Perfect. Stephanie, thank you so much for breaking this down for us. This has been incredibly insightful. For everyone listening, the key takeaway here is that the AI workforce revolution isn't about replacement. It's about amplification and strategic collaboration between humans and AI. Thanks for tuning in to The Exchange. I'm DeAnthony, and we'll see you next time.